Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuttietalkssense, and I am Tootie. It's been a lot going on this week, so I don't want to get into the talk of takeoff from Migos being killed. I I don't know anybody personally, but I just would say condolences to the family. The mom, from what I read, he only has two biological sisters. And I feel like those are the people, of course, his uncle who was there, that's going to forever be a tragedy. So those are the people who's dealing with it. And everyone else doing the reporting and the woulda, coulda, shoulda sometimes just add to that grief. So that's all I want to say about it. Condolences. It's a tragic thing. And condolences to his family. What I want to talk about again is Kanye West. I know people are like, do you hate Kanye? I can't. He from Chicago and he's Gemini, like me. But what's the craziest part, right? Y'all, is that I have my page on TikTok. If y'all want views, you want people on their comments, and all you gotta do is post a video of Stacey Abrams, and there's a bunch of white men over there who got a whole bunch of to say. You ain't even commentating on it. All I did was post some of the debate, baby, and put some little clips in it to make it funny. Oh, that's highly upset. But I have never, what's the funniest thing is that I have never seen black people up in arms and so upset arguing against other black people about what Kanye West has said and whether or not Kanye West should be canceled about his anti-Semitist comments. So you got black people arguing about what Kanye West said about Jewish people. So we ain't talking about the stuff he said about black people. We're talking about, and right on there is arguing about his comments that he made about the Jewish people. And I'm like, I can't too much comment on that because that's not my, and I'm not saying that's not my fight, because I know Martin said injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. But I'm not well informed enough to comment about whether Kanye West is anti-Semitic or not. I'm more worried about the White Lives Matter shirt. We just gonna skip over that. I said, but one thing you don't see is a Jewish person up there saying, nope, that's not anti-Semitic and we should not cancel him. But we are going against each other to say whether or not he's anti-Semitic. And the ones who's killing me, the ones who's hilarious, is the free thinkers. Kanye is a free thinker. And that's y'all problem. You know, look, I had to so y'all can see the hint. Because even though it's through comments, baby, I just know that, see, y'all problem is that y'all allow the man to control you on how to think. See, that's what happened with the MAGA. Just because he didn't follow the rest of the black people, now y'all want to think that he's crazy and he's saying something. But look. He proved this point though, because didn't they cancel him because of what he said? But then he didn't get canceled because of what he said about the black people. He didn't get canceled because of what he said about the black people, because the black people over here steady over here still worried about what he said about the Jews. We making excuses for him. We're going over here and we arguing with each other about whether White Lives Matter is anti-black or not. Now, one Jewish person have came and argued about what he says anti-Jewish or not. Nope. Anti-Semitic or not. Nope. They standing together, baby. You say something about us, we may not all agree with it. And we'll talk about it in the house. But what we're not going to do is allow anybody else to say it, true or not, and be publicly arguing about what they said about our people. Nope. They stand together and they stand strong, baby. But I'm not going to get on that topic. What I want to do is dissect this interview. Because all these free thinkers, you know, you have to free think. I said, if you actually watch Kanye West's interview and dissect what he said, what he says, like you have to actually, just like an interpreter, you know, that you have to go in there, interpret what he is actually saying. Because what he's saying is a bunch of nothing to free people that sounds like something. How you free? You can't even read between the lines of what he's saying. How's that a free thinker? That's a non-thinker who's just, he's thinking for you and somebody else is thinking for him. My honest opinion, and this is just opinion because I don't know him either way, but it seems like just the timeline of what didn't happen and how his speech changed. And I did a previous video. Y'all go on the Tuttietalkssense, this page, my YouTube, look at the video with him and the picture of his mom, her book. So it seems like once his mom passed, it seems like he did not have a relationship with his father. Once his mom passed, seems that that relationship is back, and he's blamed his mom for him and his dad not having a good relationship, and he blames he have said, watch his Tucker Carlson interview. I was going to do a breakdown of that, but it's been so long that I'm like, you know what, forget it. So, but in the Tucker Carlson interview, he said how black people with degrees feel like they better than the other black people. And it's like his mama had the degree, his dad didn't. He was saying how black people didn't accept his dad because his dad was, I want to say, like a military brat. And he, wasn't raised around the blacks. And he got discriminated against because of that. But then when he moved into the black neighborhoods and started going to black high schools, they picked fun of him because I forgot what instrument that he played, but he would clap on that beat. So it seems like he had no rhythm, and the black people made fun of him for that reason. I'm like, the man is telling you so, and he said that when he wore his his White Lives Matter shirt, when he wore his White Lives Matter shirt, that his dad came and was like, oh, came and was laughing and like, you don't hear black men having the, speaking that rhetoric. Yeah, because it's white nationalist rhetoric. So it's not free thinker. That's autocracy. That's the, did y'all watch David Chappelle with the black guy who was blind but was part of KKK? That's all I hear when I see that type of stuff. But yeah, let's go and dissect this interview. I'm not gonna play it from and post it on the thing. I'm just play it so you can hear it, and because this is from Hollywood Fix now. Now the title says, yeah, okay. So he's walking through. He's getting signatures. I'm trying to see if I can aim this down a little more. I should have my stuff in there. Oh. Okay. A little right there should be good. I ain't trying to put my boobs all up in the camera. He's walking. He got all the people and cameras and stuff. So I'm just trying to get to the part where they start asking him questions. I could be a little closer so y'all can hear it.
Absolutely. Anti-Semitic statements are never good for anybody, right? It's kind of like being anti-black.
Sorry.
But, it's really interesting. I didn't realize that I could be considered anti-Semitic till I read one of the definitions of anti-Semitism. Look at this. The definition says, making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as, especially, but not exclusively. This sounds like unethical. Right, so it says, think about it, that sounds like the type of wording that's in the contracts, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, it says, such as, especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
So I didn't realize that it was anti-Semitic to say, hey, I have a Jewish attorney. I have a Jewish
there, I feel like you got a point.
Jewish contractor. I have a.
Do you regret your statements?
By saying that, by just saying the people that he knew,
I mean, considering.
What do you mean?
the
walk
run
it back?
every
Well,
the people that he knew in his
I mean,
life
the
was
thing is,
Jewish.
you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, vilified. I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, there's a whole world out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of
Now, did you see that?
Universal Studio.
Did you see that? People don't see what Kanye West did. So he asked him, hey, do you feel like you want to walk that back? He said, what do you mean walk that back? When he explained to him what he was talking about, walk that back. And he completely disregarded the question and started showing them a chart in the comments. But what I was saying earlier, just when it started, when he was saying that he didn't realize that was anti-Semitic to say that that these people that he knew involved in his life, the doctors, the lawyers, the agent representative, people like that, was Jewish, which is that's not anti-Semitic. It's it's the DEFCON and things of that nature that you said, or as he read it in the definition to say they run the whole industry.
Those 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish at these companies.
I think they stuck together when they heard what you said. Is that what happened?
Well, hey, I've had experiences where it felt like I was being teamed up on, and I didn't realize that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation with Adidas today, and I think Adidas felt like because everyone else was ganging up on me that they had the right to just take my designs. And I feel like right now, I feel like that was in Christianity. We don't say karma. We say you reap what.
So I don't know if y'all seen the Drink Champ interview, but he said Adidas cannot fire me. Now what? So I don't know what part where he said he just had a meeting with them and it's like because everybody else is doing it, they decided to do it. No, that's the bet. Like in school, the baddest one hit my hand. You gonna hit the hand first, baby. You ain't finna be out here punking me, and it's my whole company. And you, because the Adidas wasn't even joining in until you just wanna call them all out. Now what?
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what?
According to you, you was raised on the rough side, even though your mama said it was the privileged side of the South Shore of Chicago. You know what that means. You try like some doing that shit to Adidas. Adidas like, who? Oh, okay. Give me a minute.
What you sow. And I feel like this is God humbling me right now because there's two things that are happening. A lot of times when I would say, oh, I'm the richest black man, it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. To say, oh, you guys say I'm crazy, but look at this.
Hey, wait, let me go back because
but that is
what question is he even answering? That's the thing what you have to do with Kanye.
If it's not God-like, then God will take that because it's all the church.
The question was, do you think they stuck together when they heard what you said?
Where it felt like I was being teamed up on, and I didn't realize that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation
He's talking about this. What he
with
said.
Adidas
I don't know
today.
what interview that was.
I think Adidas
This
felt
is,
like
he
because
said
everyone
this is what
else
he
was
said.
ganging up on me that they had the right to just take my designs. And I feel like right now I feel like that was in Christianity we don't say karma, we say you reap what you sow. And I feel like this is God humbling me right now because there's two things that are happening. A lot of times when I would say, oh, I'm the richest black man, it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. To say, oh, you guys say I'm crazy, but look at this, I made money.
Man, he's still answering the question. Do you think they all ganged up on you because of what you said? So this is supposed to be answering it.
And but that is not godlike to be showing off. So if it's not godlike, then God will take that because it's all the church's money, right? So what's happening right now is I'm being humbled. Another thing that's happening is by me being burned to the flesh every single day, it's actually proving what I had to say. So when I went to the mediation,
hey, I was right.
What I want to say is like black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize, Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews, but you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel
Listen to this
bad.
apology.
Now the thing is, okay, JFK, they got a lot of documentaries about how it happened. So we can argue about how it happened, which I like the fact that we can do that. But regardless, when I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings. And I know that police do attack. And America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that...
Now, in what he just said, he never said it was for George Floyd. You have to listen to what he's saying. He said a police can do that, and I know that America do, but he started off with if we have the documentary of the John Kennedy, he was saying that it could be argued. He can argue with documentaries, right? Even though he was just talking about the Black Lives Matter documentary. Now,
the idea of it made us feel good together as a person. As a people, right? When let me say it until the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there were some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote.
Man, he's still supposed to be answering why he apologized for his Jewish comment, but not his anti-black comments.
There were people behind and involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to her.
He said when he questioned the death of George Floyd, which was not what happened. He said George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose and questioned the death of it. But
because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. Because how could the richest black man ever be humbled?
See, he brought the conversation back to him. Still haven't said that George Floyd died because of a knee on his neck. He's saying he know how it feels to have a knee on his neck.
Other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone off of one comment. That actually, if you look at the definition of DEFCON, it means to get extra defense, which obviously I must have needed.
So I think that's supposed to be the George Floyd apology. Now he didn't. I don't know what an apology. You figure out what part of that was an apology, and now he's back to his Jewish comments.
Needed. Yeah. I must have needed that extra defense.
Are you worried you ruined your legacy, Kanye?
How? Yeah. Well, stop.
And you see the people in the back. How Sway? That's our black people in the back who's that he keep around because those are people who's not telling him what's right and what's wrong. How you lost half of your doggone money? What you mean how? You got kids to take care of. Northwest, Southeast, South Pole, North Pole, Antarctica, whatever their name is. You got kids to take care of. Can't be just losing money. Yes, that's enough money for him to live on, them kids to live on forever. But you just said how your pride and joy was that how you're the first black billionaire. Are you a billionaire now?
I'm not worried. I'm just not worried. Period. God is alive. God runs the world. You know, God even runs Hollywood. God is alive, and
You hear that? In the back? There's somebody in the back. Got a hype man. Man's interview. He ain't gonna never come to recognition or state that what he feel is what he's saying is wrong, because you got people. He just dropped that knowledge, son.
choosing me right now. He chose me for such a time like this to basically for the media to put their knee on my neck, for Adidas to put their knee.
He want to use George Floyd again. The comparison to George Floyd to the black people at the Union War, white. I'm sorry, I keep saying all. Union War, white lives matter, but you using this black man deaths to get your point across about you losing money. Let's continue.
On my neck, all I ever wanted at Adidas, I left Nike because Nike wouldn't give me a percentage for my shoes, and I had the Red October, and my girlfriend at the time was pregnant. And I needed to get some money, because if I was the kid that just had the red shoes, I could have never been a black man wearing a red hat. Looking for an easy way
that's
to
a commercial.
LLC? Do actually. When Nike would have shut me down immediately, right? But because Adidas was a German company, it gave me a little bit more room to be able to express myself and to actually have a political opinion as an American. That I wasn't forced into a political opinion because of the color of my skin. Now let's talk about the red hat, and let's talk about the similarities to the White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Okay.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people.
Questions, y'all. He said, I'm not going to say what race, what
and
people.
what hospital and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
I can't with Kanye. He said, I'm not going to say it, but it was a Jewish doctor.
Disorder that would have had me on medication right now. At a time like this, if I was on medication right now, then one pill could have been swapped out, and it would be Michael Jackson and Prince all over again. But because I didn't take the misdiagnosis, and I didn't take the medication, I'm able to speak to you guys clear of thought and transparently. Now,
so it seems like he's inferring that he do not have a mental health issue. For all you people who out there like, well, he have mental health issues. He's saying that he don't. He was misdiagnosed by one of them type of doctors that he ain't gonna say the names or what race that they was. Now again, he needs to refer to himself as black men who have. Now he's Michael Jackson. Now he's Prince. After he was just George Floyd with the knee on the neck. Even though that's not the way George Floyd died. He died for fentanyl, according to him. Debatable, right? He can't debate it because the documentary's not out yet. But he know how it feels to have the knee on the neck. And these doctors would have taken him out like Michael Jackson and Prince. Let's continue, Kanye.
Now let me talk about the red hat. Wearing the MAGA hat, the way that Hollywood's political agenda attacked me and put me to a point of exhaustion was death by 1,000 cuts. Everyone would say something to me, from a driver to my ex-wife to Adidas. Everyone would say something. So when I wore that White Lives Matter, I said, I'm not going through this again. I'm not going. Hey, y'all gonna leave me alone about my t-shirt. Because what's the point of having influence and having money and people could come up and just pinch you.
But don't you think having influence, you have a responsibility?
And that's the responsibility that I'm taking right here.
Don't you think
That's why you asked that question.
But don't you think it's dangerous rhetoric to be anti-Semitic to say all lives matter or white lives matter? No, I'm asking.
Saying white lives matter, anti-Semitic. That's what you just
I'm not
asked.
saying that's.
Yeah, and see, then that's what people do. When the guy tried to ask him a question, he meant to say white lives matters anti-black. He said anti-Semitic. So that's what people do. They go, ha ha, ha ha, I got you. How's that anti-Semitic? Ha ha. Like, it was just a slip of the tongue. But to his people who's free thinkers, you know, that's what they'd be like, see, he was right. You see, he proved that point right there.
No, you just said that. Though.
No, and I misspoke. But I'm saying
no,
to
you
walk
didn't.
around
I was
with
Yeah, he's just gonna tell that man, no, you didn't misspoke.
I'm trying to correct myself.
Okay,
So I'm saying to walk around with
Do you
a white lives
want to
matter.
walk back that statement?
Sure, I'll walk.
Now, while that's funny, he said you want to walk back that statement because when the man asked him if he's walking back the statements that he said about the Jewish people, he went all everywhere and didn't answer. But when he asked the man, you want to walk back that statement? He said, sure, I'll walk back the statement. He didn't tell you what he was asking.
Do you think maybe that
But I'm saying you're wearing the white lives matter shirt, and black lives matter, and a lot of people think that you're being anti-black by saying that.
Oh, how? What?
And it's how's when white lives matter shirt being anti-black, because it was made, that whole slogan was made in protest of the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, it's not that difficult to understand. And then I recently seen, I don't know if it's true, that 2 black men went and copyright that saying. I was like, go ahead, do your thing, make your money. That was smart. Let's continue, y'all.
In America, black people don't take all the rights that we have that are actually given to us. Because we weren't given.
Now, he's supposed to be, keep in mind, he's supposed to be answering the question of wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is being seen as that's being anti-black. He's supposed to be answering the question of how it's not.
Given what we were promised in the first place, which was the 40 acres. Instead, we were given and a mule. Instead, we were given projects and bad food and posters of Oprah Winfrey, and also Planned Parenthood. People said to me multiple times, visit the Holocaust Museum.
Back about Jewish people.
Visit
We're talking about your
Holocaust
anti-black.
Museum. It's called Planned Parenthood. 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, and I am sorry for your losses. 20 million blacks died to abortion, and Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger with the real KKK.
Yeah, that's another commercial.
As population control. Margaret Sanger is a eugenics and is working today. The number 1 cause of death for black people in America is abortion. The most dangerous place for a black man
how's
today,
the
or
when
black
the
baby, black
White
women,
Lives Matter shirt
is in their mother's
is
stomach.
anti-black?
And that is a programming that's pushed through. I got a new word for 2024. The red media. That is the red media. If you go to Apple right now,
Yeah, he got his phone up showing the table of I guess the executives in Hollywood or over the big studios who are Jewish. Man, the question is, how did you wear your White Lives shirt is anti-black? He's supposed to be answering how it's not. Second time he referred back to Jewish people. Still haven't answered the question. For you free
you
thinkers.
go to Apple right now, go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing. Absolutely. Not just one. They're promoting the red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. Also misogynistic. The red media is making money off of that. And God sees it. But I understand, and I'm not judging because the oppressed becomes the oppressor. And it is our time now. Blacks are coming into money. We are not scared anymore. And I showed you that I crossed that line. They tried to bankrupt me. They tried to say I was crazy. And I'm alive. We haven't had a full black community since the gentrification of Harlem and Black Wall Street, which was torn down. But I know my brothers.
And see, that's what people do. The ones who's like, no, he's a free thinker. You know, he be spitting on facts. Baby, I could spit a fact about it, about NASA right now. If we sitting up here talking about teaching critical race theory, and I'm talking about NASA. Come on, man. Like, just because you're saying something that's true, remind you, the question is, you wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt and being anti-black. Now, just because you spitting in their true facts about the Black Wall Street, but you still haven't answered that. You wearing White Lives Matter t-shirt.
My engineers, my architects, my farmers are going to rise up. And if it meant they had to take me and drag me like Emmett Till in front of everyone.
Like Emmett Till.
Because I whistled. I know my brothers, and I have no reason to lie. My family was taken away from me. My reputation has been smeared. So let's close with a prayer. Father God, thank you. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for the voice. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the experience. And thank you for the love. Because even though the real hate is what's happening on the media, and the idea of DEFCON was to get protected for a time like this, let's lead with love. I have no association to any hate group. If any hate happens upon any Jewish person, it is not associated, because I am demanding that everyone walk in love. Even though there's been things that have happened wrong to me that made me want to speak up, that you guys saw in the past 2 weeks. You saw the power. You saw Ari Emanuel come out in public and ask, if that happened in public, what do you think happened in private? And what do you think happened in private to so many people for so many years? But what I'm telling everyone, no matter what background you are, no matter what social,
he was supposed to be praying, y'all.
Walk with love right now.
He back in the cameras.
Walk. Maybe
his religion don't say.
What would Jesus do? Walk
Amen.
with love.
What would
spread
Jesus
love. Spread happiness.
Now wear White Lives Matter shirt.
I wasn't gonna be like MLK and stand there.
Like
There's
MLK.
times I felt very Malcolm X, but for some reason
Like
God
MLK.
has called me to love and to ask.
And he
for
like
love
Malcolm X.
for everyone. It's time for us just to love, because love is the answer. It is the only way. Gandhi said, someone who was actually considered to
Gandhi.
be a racist,
Christ.
right? Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Jesus,
He back
Father
praying.
God, spread the love. Put the love in our hearts. And know that we are not each other's enemy, but we're all children of you. And you can bring this world to a peaceful place on earth as it is in heaven. In Jesus' name, amen.
There's the amen, y'all. And that's it. And then he leaves the interview, y'all.
Thank you, Kanye.
That's the
It is
interview,
okay
baby.
to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you don't need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean going to therapy. Lately, the transition
try to
from college
cut this
into
off.
post.
Sorry, it's taking me a minute. Let me try and cut that off. So, yes. I don't know where in that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know where in that was he apologizing for George Floyd, unless they considered that part where he was like he hurt his community by what he said. That's like, I don't know if y'all married or whatever, or you ever been around a narcissist. I done had some exes, baby, but that's like when you be like, I'm sorry you got upset by what I said. You called me a whole bitch. Like, Sorry, I got upset. That's what that was. I'm sorry if you feel that way. Bless your heart. That's what he might have said to the black community about his George Floyd comments. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Bless your heart. I don't know where that was an apology. I don't know where he explained where the White Lives Matter shirt. That's because there was black people recording it around in that audience. When he was on the Tucker Carlson show, he said he wore it because White Lives Matter. He feel like White Lives Matter. That's why he wore it. What more is there to explain? Because he sure didn't do it in that. He didn't apologize for saying George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose. What he says, he's sorry that it hurt some people's feelings. And you know, they have a JFK documentary, what should be debatable, which, to me, if you're reading in between the lines, he's saying it's debatable what George Floyd died of. But he's sorry that him saying his opinion of him dying of a fentanyl overdose hurt some of y'all feelings. So, I mean, y'all could take that as an apology. Y'all could free think to death. All you want to. But you know what's important is what he keeps talking about. The Jewish people and that money. That's what's important. So, till we get on one accord like they are, we're shutting it down. And we keep getting, he be thinking, y'all. He be thinking. He gonna keep giving us non-apologies. And be like, what? I said sorry. If your feelings were hurt about the truth that I spoke, okay? Pretty much hit it up. Like, all right, y'all, sorry that truth hurt your feelings. That's what he said. Now, one time, have he said what I spoke incorrectly? That he did not, but he will use he will use George Floyd's death to emphasize how much he's hurt with the knee on the neck. He won't say that's how he died, but he will say he know how it feels to have a knee on your neck. Not that he died that way. But the free thinkers, you didn't see that? You can point that out? I don't want to say nothing. I'm not saying that the men don't speak some truth into what he's saying. But you know how I know what it is when you're going around questions where you got talking points. Seems like he go research and I got these talking points. And this is what we're going to touch on. And I don't care what them questions you ask me. We're going to talk about what I said we're going to talk about now. I'm just going to answer the questions that I hear in my head. What's important to me. It's about what Adidas is doing. What they said, I said. What I meant about the Jewish people. What they say, I said. Look at this chart. Because according to Jason Lee, he said that he was going to start taking over his own media when he's going to run for president. He already said before that, oh, well, you know, Donald Trump was able to do it and they elected him president. That he's trying to set it up where it's a win-win for him. So he'll be like, see, I told y'all, a white man did the same thing and they elected him president. Me as a black man, they wouldn't elect me president and I'm doing the same thing that he was doing. So then there's going to be the free thinker. See, he got that point. He right about that. Y'all go ahead and have fun with that. Now I got to get back to work because it's time for me to get off lunch, y'all. I thought I was gonna hit that lottery for that 1-point-some billion. I ain't do nothing. I ain't even make it. I ain't get nothing. I was gonna be over here like Kanye. See, it's these people in the red, and it kept me from not getting this lottery because they control the lottery. As soon as I go back to work and the boss like, why you late? Look. I was trying to get into the lottery line because nobody wants me to win because you want me to be a slave and work here all my life. See what I mean? You see what I mean? Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Boom! Mic drop. See y'all later.
Get down, little mom. 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 Get down, little mom.